I think it was January 2nd, 2019. We first came to the property. It was a beautiful piece of land with a pond, big beautiful trees, a cabin. Some might say it was perfect.
Okay, well, the cabin was completely derelict and we fell through the floor and there's no power. So,
Perfect.
a work in progress. I'm Caroline.
I'm Mike.
And this is our adventure at Roaming Pines.
This is our first full winter in the cabin. And as a result, we did not properly prepare for winter.
We're still learning.
Main thing is firewood.
We're only heated by a wood fire stove, so we need more firewood than I think we anticipated. Because of that, here we are, middle of winter, and we need to go chop down some trees and process some more firewood.
All right, so we're in the forest here. I got two standing dead trees here. This one is missing its top. That one looks pretty good though. So it's already dried out because it's dead, so much so animals been at it. So we're gonna cut them down. Hopefully the wood is good, not too rotten. If it is, well, we'll deal with that, but only one way to find out. All right, so I got the first half tree down. This guy is a full spruce, I think. So I gotta be a little bit more careful so that no one gets hurt, but yeah, enough talking, time to cut her down.
I wouldn't say I have a ton of experience cutting trees down. I've been learning, but there's an art to it. But for me, once the tree is actually down on the ground, you kind of get into a zen zone of just processing the logs, cutting them up, chopping off the limbs with the axe, and just enjoy the process.
And I enjoy observing the process from a safe distance.
And you haul all the cut up logs.
That is my job.
And it's an important job.
Mm-hmm.
So the next step of the process is to split all the wood. And rather than doing it by hand with an axe, we're gonna save our muscles and use this beast right here. It was gifted to me from my aunt and uncle, and my grandfather made it with his friends back in the 70s. So essentially it just does all the hard work for you. Now I just gotta get started. Come on, baby. Oh, isn't this fun? Helps if you open the gas. Oops. All right, now we're gonna start it.
Splitting is my absolute favorite. This thing is amazing. I feel like a pioneer. It's like living in the wilderness, surviving.
Pioneer with a gas-powered splitter.
I'm a modern pioneer. You get into this flow. So the splitting and the stacking, it's a nice day outside, you stay warm, and there's something so gratifying about making your own firewood that you know is going to heat you at night in your little tiny house. So I'm obsessed.
Since this is our first episode, we wanted to get things started off right, and we wanted to try a segment, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to introduce it?
Yeah, it's called Hot Tips.
Hot tip number 1, you gotta be prepared and you gotta start early. We've learned this the hard way. We weren't prepared with our firewood before the winter, and now we're paying for it.
Hot tip number 2, know your wood.
Basically all that means is dead trees, if you cut them down, you can use them as firewood immediately. If you're cutting down live trees, you're gonna have to season them for a year or 2 before they can be used as fuel.
Number 3, wood storage. So 3 things we've learned is you want to keep it off the ground so it stays dry. You want to keep it covered for that same reason, and you want to make sure that it has some airflow.
And the 4th and final hot tip is kindling. It is very beneficial to make some kindling, whether it's from the dead branches or the wood you've chopped. Chop it up smaller, make some really small pieces called kindling, keep that inside, and it's going to make starting a fire so much easier.
There's something so satisfying about making your own firewood for the cabin that's only heated with firewood.
Once you get that fire going and you can open up the door and watch it crackle and feel its warmth while it's cold outside in the middle of winter, in the middle of nowhere,
It's the best.
it's the best.
I think it's one of our favorite winter activities.
Yeah, I hope it is, because we're going to have to go out and do it again real soon.